Fire rains from the sky. Roman ships, ablaze, crack apart in the winding sea. For decades, Carthage ruled these waves. A mercantile empire, fueled by silver and slaves, forged the first professional navy in history. But their ambition clashed with a rising power across the water. This isn't just a battle, it's a death match. It's Carthage versus Rome. And the world will never be the same. For centuries, the story of the Mediterranean has been told through a European lens. We hear of Rome's rise, its triumphs, its enduring influence, but what about those who stood in its way? What of the African powers that challenged the very foundations of the self-proclaimed eternal city? Before Rome commanded the seas, before its legions marched unopposed across continents, there was Carthage. A name whispered in fear, an empire built on shrewd trade and unmatched naval power. Forget the Hollywood depictions. This was no band of disorganized pirates. This was a sophisticated civilization, a melting pot of Phoenician ingenuity and African resilience. Carthage understood a simple truth: control the sea, control the world. And so, they built a navy unlike anything the world had ever seen. No ragtag fleet of fishing boats here, but a professional, state-funded fighting force. Unlike any other nation before them. And it was in the year that this naval juggernaut was truly unleashed, sparking the cataclysmic First Punic War. These were not conscripted farmers reluctantly wielding oars. These were trained sailors, hardened warriors, their lives dedicated to mastering the waves and protecting Carthage's vast trading network. Their ships, the famed quinqueremes, were marvels of engineering. Imagine entire fleets of them, bristling with rams and soldiers, dominating every trade route, every port. Rome, at this point, was largely a land power, its ambitions focused on consolidating its control over the Italian peninsula. They saw Carthage as a nuisance, a rival for resources. They could not have imagined their impending doom. For nearly a century, these two titans clashed in a series of brutal wars that reshaped the ancient world. Hannibal's legendary march across the Alps is etched in history, but consider this: Hannibal learned his tactics from observing Carthaginian naval supremacy. He had seen what disciplined, professional, sea power could do. But Carthage did not win. And here's the hidden truth. The very existence of Rome, everything we associate with its legacy, hung precariously in the balance. The first professional navy in our shared history, built right here on African soil, almost. The Roman Empire before it truly began. Why it matters now. Landlocked empires. The phrase itself seems a contradiction. Yet, Africa is replete with histories that challenge the very notions of power, wealth, and influence. We remember Carthage and its navy as a near end to Rome. But that's not all. Let's journey east, then south, then west. We consider a different kind of domination, a different kind of empire. One built not on naval might, but on gold, salt, and the shimmering intelligence of its scholars. Think of Europe in 1300 AD. Kingdoms fractured, resources scarce, and constant warfare. Now, picture the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa, its most famous ruler, wasn't just rich, he destabilized entire economies with his generosity. He was Mansa of all Mansans. Imagine the Mali Empire's GDP. Astoundingly, estimates show it was larger than England and France combined. Larger. This at a time when Europe was clawing its way through the Dark Ages. And it wasn't just about gold. Timbuktu, that fabled city, was a beacon of learning. The Sanko University, established centuries before, housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. Astronomers charted the stars, mathematicians solved complex equations, and legal scholars codified laws that governed millions. This wasn't just wealth, this was true power, the power of knowledge. Mansa Musa's famous pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 brought with him an entourage so lavish, and so much gold, that he single-handedly caused inflation in Cairo for over a decade. This wasn't just a display of wealth, it was a declaration of African power on the world stage. It's easy to dismiss these stories as ancient history, relics of a forgotten past. But consider this: the gold that fueled the Renaissance may very well have originated in the mines of West Africa. The knowledge that sparked the Enlightenment may very well have been preserved in the libraries of Timbuktu. Wait, what? The West's rise to prominence may not have been entirely its own doing. So, the story of Carthage isn't just ancient history, is it? It's a reminder of African ingenuity, strategic brilliance, and a legacy of power that pushed even Rome to the brink. Considering how history is written, who gets to tell it, and whose achievements are amplified, it's crucial we reclaim these narratives. Understanding Carthage provides context for African contributions, often erased or minimized. It fosters pride and inspires innovation. History is a toolkit. Learn from the past to build a better future. Speaking of toolkits, if you're ready to start building your own, check out our Creator Kit. It's jam-packed with resources to help you tell your story at pornoafric.com/shop.html. And that brings us to the end of this journey to Carthage. But we have to ask ourselves, did they hide the truth? Thinking face.